Qapla!
I'm going to do it, however, to suggest that we all hail Daroga. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. Here to make war, we surrender. Falsehood, important things are needed to be.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's gonna be under one roof. You're gonna run it like a business. That means you're gonna make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before, or sings tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5 Qapla, and welcome to Bed Life for Friday, August 5th, 2022. Ah, man, I had my first good night's sleep in however many months I can't even remember. For those of you unaware of what has been going on in my life for the last couple of months, I've been waiting on getting a ventilator as an upgrade to the CPAP machine I had been using for the last 7+ years. My doctor decided that after monitoring my oxygen and my heart rate for many nights, that there was, and making all types of adjustments to my CPAP machine, that the CPAP machine just wasn't what I needed anymore. It wasn't helping me, and I needed at minimum, I needed a BiPAP machine, but they thought I could benefit from a ventilator. And yes, it's scary. A ventilator, you think, oh, life support, but and it is, but this is the most basic of ventilators, and it's essentially a sophisticated BiPAP, which is like a CPAP, but has 2 levels of pressure. And for somebody with me, which I believe has a central sleep apnea rather than an obstructive sleep apnea, it's just one of the only of 2 devices known to work. So, the fact that it's a ventilator, it provides a little extra pressure on the lungs, and I think that's what my lungs needed, because I know I'm still wearing the oxygen tubes, but to be honest, I might be able to get rid of them soon. The extra pressure kind of made my lungs maybe inflate a little more, and I don't know how long they last, but my oxygen is noticeably better today. We usually set it to 2 at night, the oxygen liters per minute. We only needed it at 1 all day. In fact, you probably don't need it the second, but I have it in because I'm talking a lot. I know my oxygen tends to go lower when I talk. So we'll see. I will monitor my oxygen. It's actually 95 right now, which is fantastic. We'll see. So thank you to everybody. And I appreciate it. And I apologize. I know I haven't been doing all the things I used to do, but literally I could feel my strength coming back these last couple of days, especially yesterday to today, which is the first time I got to use the ventilator. And I think fingers crossed and knocking wood and throwing salt over my shoulder and absolutely not eating the salt. Maybe we found something. I don't want to get our hopes up because I've been down this road, but maybe. So thank you all. And a week from now, I hope we're.
I hope you did.
I hope. Yeah, Mama Pray hopes I'm dancing, but I just hope that I'm still as optimistic. We'll see. Richie Poole was first in the chat. One Vok and Qapla Richie. Josh Reed says, Bird of Prey, something to help Mama Pray out. And it's a link for the laborers robot system, which are, yes, robots, I guess, designed to do labor. But I looked at it. Thank you, Josh Street. I don't know that those are, Mama Pray says, thank you for the thought. I don't know it's really going to help Mama Pray. They're basically just look to be like robotic tables with wheels on them that follow you around the house. But somebody still has to set up what goes on them. Like, okay, you can set up a plate that has your blood pressure machine and your medication, and you can set up a plate that's just flat so you can put stuff on it. But who's going to deal with that stuff once it gets to where it's going? That robot doesn't. It's got no arms. Robot's got no arms. I hope they do well, but not really for Mom O'Prey. John Araki says, Red 3 standing by. Qapla John Araki. Dan Ben says, a reminder is on. Awesome. Josh Reed says, looks like we're waiting on Sisso Prey and Mama Pray to wake up Birdo Pray 6 so he can start the stream. Negative on that, John Araki. Negative that, Josh Street. John Araki with $1 super chat. Thank you so much, John Araki. Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio, Birdo Pray 5 and chat. Greetings, Mike Richards. John DeMarco says, greetings, everyone. Greetings, John. I hope the pillow monster behind my head starts to shrink. Dan Ben says, hello from England. Hello, Dan Ben in England. Mike Richards says, hail, master of trivia, John DeMarco. Absolutely. Absolutely. Tomorrow night, Jep Nerdy, I assume. Another Jep Nerdy. The Random Menace is greetings from the future. Hope you all have a Kyle-astic day. A Kyle-astic day. Thank you, Random Menace. What's a Kyle-astic day? I assume it's something to do with Asian Kyle on Strange New Worlds. Mike Richards says, John DeMarco, a frustrating day, but hopefully the stitches come out on Monday. Stitches? Oh, Mike, what happened? Rock Solid Productions using his 23-month membership super chat. Thank you for giving me all your chips. Thank you, Rock Solid, for playing. So I assume most of you already know that the latest stream I started doing has been poker streams, Texas Hold'em poker. They've been very popular. Been doing them Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and then still playing them on LDG stream when he plays. And not just me, Mamo Pray loves to play the game too. So it's really Texas Hold'em with me and Mamo Pray when I play, even when somebody else plays. How do you like it? What do you think? Do you like the way LDG plays his settings better? Please let me know in the chat or in a comment, in an email, whatever you want. If you don't want to make it public, send it in an email, wordlepray5@aol.com, and I'll read it there. I mean, I don't care. Let me know what you think about the poker streams, please. I love them. I love them. I'm still having fun. And Captain Fandom Nerd, using his 6-month super chat, says, "You sound better today." Thank you, Captain. And I'm feeling a bit better for sure. And I'm happy. For the first time in a long while, I am optimistic. I'm optimistic. I'm scared to say that because every time it used to get that way, life would slam its big, ugly foot down somehow. And I'm sure it will, like it always does. But I will continue to be optimistic until that happens. Mike Richards, the minor surgery on your back, still ouch. Okay, Mike Richards. So it's nothing new. It's not a new problem. I gotcha. John DeMarco says the poker streams are fun. Thank you. Mama Pray likes them. Yes. Yes, indeed. What have we got? LDG, free the net. Speaking of LDG, says, "Hi, Bird. How was sleep?" It was very good. Well, I won't say it was very good. It was good. The numbers were fantastic. The numbers, the oxygen, the heart rate, fantastic. It doesn't even look like the same person took the test. But it was a little short. I really would have preferred one extra hour of sleep. Total sleeping time was probably around 5 hours, although it counted as 6, but because I was awake for a while before I nodded off. But I would have preferred 1 more hour of actual sleep. So. Mike Richards asked John how he's doing. Bradley Briggs says, "Yup, zup, y'all." Zup, Bradley. John is doing well. Bradley Briggs says, "Ventilator 2, the return of sleep." Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, hello, Gorilla. And guys, if you're, if Antidote of Jill is still streaming, please send my regards. I was there until I had to come to set up this stream. If Antidote of Jill is still streaming, you guys should check her out too. She's doing a tea stream today. She was talking about Star Trek and all types of things, best engineer, stuff like that. I mean, I was a little offended I wasn't listed as the best engineer on the list, but I took it. I voted for Scotty myself. I voted for Scotty. It was a hard choice. It was a hard choice between O'Brien and Scotty, but Scotty is Scotty. He's the original. He was the one that made me, one of the factors that made me want to be an engineer. So how could I not pick Scotty? Captain Fandom Nerd says, hello, Captain. LDG says, nice. Mike Richards says, oxygen is a good thing. It absolutely is. John DeMarco says, that's great news. It is indeed. Mike Richards says, greetings to Captain. LDG says, looks like Bird has hair. That's not hair. Hair doesn't have a texture pattern of a pillowcase. Bradley Briggs says the hair add-on is working flawlessly. Captain Mike Richards says greetings to Captain Phantom Nerd says greetings to Mike Richards. Yvette says good evening, Bird and everyone. With an X, good evening, Yvette. Captain MKG is in the house. Captain MKG has been playing a lot of poker with us. Hemorrhoids Hurts says, good morning, my friend. So glad I caught you live. It's 5 a.m. here. Hemorrhoid, I am so sorry. I get your invites in Call of Duty, but I'm either like in the middle of a game, so I can't like leave. Or sometimes when I try, it just doesn't connect. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I don't know. Just let you know, it's not personal. It's not personal. I get it. I'll try to get in a game when I can, sir. I apologize. Don't think that I'm like saying fuck this guy. No, I'm saying either I can't do it right now, or I try to do it and it doesn't work. So I don't know how to tell you that while it's happening. Not Ryan Johnson says hello and Qapla. Hail Karoga. Hail Karoga. Hail Karoga. Eastland Burkholder says hello all. Hello Eastland. Captain MKG says live long and prosper. Hope he didn't leave. Mike Richards says vertebrae minor surgery on the back a week ago. Yes, still ouchie. Hope it gets well soon, Mike. John, yes, poker streams are fun. Josh Street says rock solid. Don't you mean all your chips belong to us? All your chips belong to us. Dan Ben says Lady Gaga poker face. I don't know what that is. Kenny Rogers, the gambler. Captain Fandom Nerds is vertebrae. I like poker streams as long as they are just fun and not too competitive. Captain Fandom Nerd sounds like the principal of my high school. You didn't want any competitive sports. We had no football, no baseball, no pro sports teams of any kind. We had chess. We had a school chess team and a debate team, maybe, but that was it. Chess and possibly debate. And I was involved in neither. Maybe there was a math. I think there might have been a math team. Oh man, I feel so bad. I feel so bad. One of the teachers in my high school used to come to high school at times dressed in a Star Trek The Next Generation uniform. And we used to call him a nerd. And even I thought this teacher was a nerd. And believe me, he was the nerdiest nerd you ever did see. He was like straight out of Revenge of the Nerds type nerd. Even I would have just oofed, you know. He wasn't fun to be around. He was a party pooper. I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. I am not for underage drinking. I'm not for underage smoking, but I am also like, if a store is going to sell it to you, I don't give a damn, right? I'm laissez-faire, you know. I'm not gonna turn you in. I'm not gonna turn somebody in for selling cigarettes to a 15-year-old because I don't give a damn. It's not my body. I know enough not to smoke. If you're 15 years old and you want to smoke, I don't give a shit. Well, this guy, he also used to go around to all the businesses near the school and watch, and he would document anytime he saw a business sell cigarettes to a student. And then he would like plaster their name all over the place, and he would like turn them into the city. And you're just like, well, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? And he was giving a bad name to nerds. He was giving a bad name to nerds. Now, I used to watch Star Trek, The Next Generation. I wasn't hiding that from anybody. So it's surely not that I was pretending to be something I wasn't when I didn't like the guy. I honestly didn't like this guy. And I realize now I didn't like him because he was a nerd. I didn't like him because he was giving nerds a bad fucking name by being party poopers. Yeah, you know what? I'm not even, you know what? I feel better. I feel better talking that out. I honestly felt bad. I felt bad at the start of this conversation. I don't feel bad anymore. It's not my fault this guy was so hated. He brought it upon himself. And I wish he had, you know, I should have said something to him. Except then he would have turned me in for something. And said, maybe you don't want to do that. He probably would have turned me in. He was like, it was a threat. And it was like, he was, mind you, this guy, I don't think he was barely 5 foot tall. He might not even have been 5 foot. He was a short guy. He was, I don't know if he's technically vertically challenged, but he's a short dude.
Don't pick on short people.
Yeah, I don't pick on short people, Mama Pray. But sometimes, some people just need a talking to. Crimson Mist is in the house. Qapla. Crimson Mist, it's been a while. Says, hey, Berto Pray. LDG Lols. Yvette says, good to hear you slept well. Still disappointed you didn't want to sleep with us. Yes, Yvette extended an invitation that was hard to turn down. LDG says, the hair laser worked. Took long enough, if you remember that stream. That's true. That's true, my hair laser. At least it was a laser. I didn't know if it was a hair laser or not. It's 21:14 in England, says Dan Ben, and I'm sure now it's 21:20. Qapla, Dave G, sound, Qapla. Mike Richards says bird plus afro equal bird fro. Dan, they're looking at the stream. You see the camera, the background that cuts around the background. Well, it's leaving a little halo of the pillow.
Okay.
So it looks like I have an afro of pillowcase hair. Jedi Bill says, hello, Bird of Prey, Qapla, brother warrior. Well, I would say Qapla, poker warrior, brother poker warrior. And hail, Karoga, Jedi Bill. Jedi Bill has turned out to be quite the poker player. Quite the poker player. So has Mamo Prey. Dan Ben doesn't want to do math or chess. I hear ya. Dan Ben says some people have to cope and come to terms with rejection from Berto Prey 5. Yes. Crimson Mist says Motorhead, Ace of Spades. Dan Ben says, no, I don't want to do maths or chess. Dave G says, good afternoon to Captain Fandom Nerd, who says hello back. Resolute Germ says, hello all, Qapla Resolute. Jedi Bill with a 250 super chat says, Qapla, brother warrior, and always hail Karoga. Hail Karoga, Jedi Bill. I just got to your free one. You didn't have to put in a super chat for that, Jedi Bill, but I thank you. I do.
Do you accept poker chips?
Do I accept poker chips?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. You can
Who's
use
been
your
only up the
poker
damn
chips.
elevator?
Joe Lau says, you sleep much longer than I do. After a 12-hour shift, I'm up for another 4 hours or so, then 4 to 5 hours sleep, up almost every hour or so, then work again. Sorry, have not been around for a long while. Joe Lau, you have to apologize. And man, a schedule like that, I feel terrible. Listen, there were times in my life I had schedules like that. And God knows if I was still walking, I would probably have times like that again. But the reality of my situation is I'm not. And if I'm awake, then it's a very good chance Mama Prey is awake. And so I also, even if I could get up early, I try not to because I don't want to wake up Mama Prey before she has to. And she needs to sleep because Mama Prey never goes to bed before me. Well, almost never. Because I always need her before I can get to sleep because she needs to bring over by now the ventilator. She used to have to bring over the CPAP and get me all set up for bed. So, and then she would generally be up 10 minutes, from at least 10 minutes and more like an hour, maybe longer after I went to sleep, doing stuff she needed to do. and eat and all her stuff. And then, so she's getting less sleep than I do. So it's just the way things are. Dan Bez says, you want teenagers to drink and smoke? Well, I don't care if they do or they don't. I just don't want them. Well, actually, I don't care what they do, just as long as they don't do it near me. Crimson Mist says, hey to Yvette. Joe Lau, I do look in every now and then, just staying quiet. Oh, thank you, Joe. Thank you. And 12-hour shift up for another 4 hours, 5 hours. I mean, granted, and when I was in college, there were definitely weeks to months where I had something like that. And when I was working in my 20s, there were months where I had schedules like that. That was it, honestly. Then when in my 30s, when I got sick when I was 30, so normal life ended for me at 30. I don't know what I would have done after that point.
Time I came home from California, and I had to go right back the same day.
Yeah, Mama Pray reminded me of the day I got back from California, like a week, 2 weeks, probably 2 weeks, and I thought I was going to be home, and then landed, went to the office, and then at the office I had to go back to California. Okay, right back to California. Don't go home. It's like Monopoly. Instead of don't pass go directly to jail. It was, no, don't go home. Go directly back to California. Which I say it like it's a bad thing. I mean, okay, I would have liked to have some time at home, but I mean, I was going back to San Diego, which is a beautiful fucking place to be. I mean, if you've never been to San Diego, it is the most beautiful part of California. And in particular, Rancho Santa Fe, which is the highest earning zip code or something in the nation, or at least in California. It's up there for it's probably number 2 for the nation. I mean, it is a ridiculously beautiful place to be. So and the only hard part was that I was flying coach because it was JetBlue. But yeah. Oh well. I mean, it wasn't that bad is all I'm saying. It wasn't that bad. I mean, it's shock value. Shock value is fun, but yeah, I mean, who cares? Who cares? Keely Chow is in the house. Hello, Keely. Says, hey, everybody, what's going on? Welcome, Keely. Jedi Bill's talking to Keely and Crimson Mist. Joe Lau says, dear Mama Pray, you need to rest more so you can take care of Bird's needs. She taking care of my needs is why she can't rest. Resolute Germ says, hey to Jedi. So does Crimson. Richie Pools with Bird of Prey. If you hadn't gotten sick, you would be president of Earth by now. Possibly, Richie. Possibly. But I wouldn't have met you in all likelihood, Richie. So it's, it's a balancing. I don't know which was it worth it? We'll see. We'll see. Mama Pray says, was it worth it, Mama Pray? Would we do it all over again if we could?
Yes.
As I say, as I'm in pain, yeah. No. The answer is no. I wouldn't do it over again. I'm sorry. I would miss every one of you so much, but I would not do this over again.
Thank you.
Fuck that.
For a moment there.
I
thought on top of everything else, you just lost your mind.
Oh, you thought I lost my mind. I'm afraid. I was like, oh shit. The brain is gone. His brain is gone. Too much oxygen. You can hear Dr. McCoy saying, His brain is gone. What zip code? 92064? I don't know. I think that's right. 92064. Alexa. No, fuck Alexa. We'll do this. We're going to do this the old fashioned way. We'll look it up. Zip code 92064. More for
change in the last 13 years.
more for Poway. That's Poway.
Just look at the ranges.
So Santa Fe zip. I don't need to do California. I think Rancho Santa Fe. 92014. 92014. Sorry. It was 92067 and 92014. So there were two zip codes at the time. Yeah, okay. I had a combination of the two. So 92014. Not to be confused with 90210, which of course was Beverly Hills. Yeah, here's. Oh, there was a picture. There was a picture of Rancho Santa Fe. Oh my God. The inn at Rancho Santa Fe is the worst hotel you've ever been to. Don't fucking stay there. Don't go to the inn at Rancho Santa Fe. One time, the fucking VP of the company, or it's like, where should we stay? I was like, well, I stay at the Residence Inn in La Jolla. And he's like, fuck that. That's boring as fuck. He's like, no, we need to go to and I'll grant at least he wanted me, with him. He's like, we need to go to a more expensive place. He goes like, I was like, he's like, how much was the Resident? And I was like, I don't know. I get it for like $200 a night. He's like, no, we need to go someplace more expensive. So he looks up and he's like, the inn at Rancho Santa Fe, $800 a night. He's like, this is where we need to go. And he booked it. So, okay, fine. So I drive up, we go to this place. It's in the fucking middle of Rancho Santa Fe, which is a dead quiet town. There is nothing going on in Rancho Santa Fe after 6 p.m. Nobody stays there. There's no business and no restaurants. There's nothing going on there. The only thing going on is ants. And by ants, I mean the rooms are fucking infested. We were there the first night, and the VP calls me in. I go over to his room, and there was something in his closet. There was like a piece of paper taped over a giant hole, and the paper had the tape had come unstuck from humidity, and it was just a fucking super highway of ants, like thousands of ants crawling. Oh my God. I mean, they were everywhere. We left there and we ended up not at the Residence Inn, but at a tower hotel that was maybe a mile down the road from the Residence Inn instead. He's like, La Jolla, this is where we wanted to stay. And I'm thinking, yeah, you schmuck, you should have listened to me. And we still should have stayed at the Residence Inn La Jolla. It's a much nicer room. And yes, it's walking distance to restaurants and places. This had a music club. So, a club. So that's what he wanted. Because he thought he was still 20 years old, but he was, oh geez, he had to be mid 40s when I was mid 20s. So, to me, he was an old man. But, yeah, that's depressing. I'm the age he was at the time, Well, but, yeah, so do not go to the inn at Rancho Santa Fe. But this is a picture of Rancho Santa Fe. I mean, it is goddamn beautiful. Beautiful country. Okay. Oh my God. 60 Dear Bops? What the fuck? How did you people my 60 Dear Bops? I hope, oh my God, I hope most of them are spam. Oh my God. What we got? Mike Richards says, should have sliced Uncle Paulie. Should have sicked Uncle Paulie on the teacher. Uncle Paulie is used sparingly. The thing is, I wouldn't have needed to sick Uncle Paulie on that teacher. I could have taken care of the teacher myself, even as a high school kid. Crimson Mist says hey to Captain. Keely said hey to everybody. We were past that. We were past. Dan, it's a postcode. Oh, what's a zip code? A zip code is the same as the postal code. Joe Lau says, me have no more brain cell. Mike Richards says, I was so depressed when I find out that I'm older than zip codes. Oh, Mike. Joe Lau says, 90210. I was just going to say that TV show. Yep. Beverly Hills, 90210. Crimson.
Mike Richards, not to worry. I remember getting mail the old way.
Mama praises, don't worry, Mike Richards. She remembers getting mail the old way. Dan Ben understood. Crimson Mist says Rancho Santa Fe was also where the Heaven's Gate cult lived and died. Yes. I remembered hearing stories. My boss lived there when that happened, and that the morning it was discovered, the helicopters came in and scared the shit out of all of them. We could see from his house, he lived on top of a mountain, and the Heaven's Gate cult lived on top of the next mountain. So he had a perfect view of their house. It was still, I don't know if it still is, but as when I was last there, it was still empty. I mean, the house had to be worth millions, but they were just letting it sit unoccupied until people stopped thinking about Heaven's Gate. I don't know. Bradley Briggs says, sounds like the beginning of a horror movie about ants. Yeah, it might have gone that way. Okay, so I like staying at the Residence Inn because it was at most 2 stories high. They were little bungalows. So you had an upstairs or a downstairs. And remember, this is San Diego. So there's earthquakes. I don't want to be up in a 14-story tower or a 15-story tower, or God knows how high it went. Maybe 20 stories. I don't know. But I don't want to be 10 stories, 15 stories up and an earthquake hits. No, thank you. I'll take my chances in the 1 to 2 story place. Even if that rips open, I feel like I got half a shot. Crimson Mist says, I covered the cult on a radio show last year. Yeah, there was some weird stuff going on. Dan Ben says, in England, on a letter or package, you put the address and postcode. Yes. That's what this is. If your postcode is wrong, even by a digit, it can be sent to a different address miles away. Yeah, absolutely. Arabic Saunders says, Qapla, Arabic. Dan Ben says, I live on a road that's quite long. If you go up it, you'll come to a road with a similar name and house with a similar number, and sometimes my post gets delivered there. Annoying. I'm sorry, is it in the same postcode? Otherwise, the postcode's not working. Daniel's Hot Topics says, maybe Michael Burnham and crew want to explore history and what happened after they left, so they go on the holodeck. They may explore TOS era, TNG era, DS9, Voyager, the movie, and the rest. Daniel, How about no? How about Michael Burnham stays the hell out of TOS, TNG, DS9, Voyager, Enterprise, and the like? Thank you. Joe Lau says, somehow I want to watch Disco season 4. Kill me now. Disco season 4 is out there, Joe Lau. If you want to watch it, you just need Paramount Plus. I don't know why you would, but if you really wanted to watch it, you could. And I can't even say anything about it because I watched it. So, you're free to watch it and make up your own mind. And as long as your opinion is exactly the same as mine, you've got nothing to argue about. I'm kidding, of course. You're, of course, welcome to have whatever opinion you'd like. But God, I don't know. I don't know how some people can like it. I don't know. So Orville ended, obviously. And I'm not going to get into spoilers, but yeah, I think it was a weak episode. I watched it again today. It was a little better the second time around, but it was still just a weak episode. I especially since it was pretty clear that they I think they knew at that point that they weren't coming back. So, okay. This wasn't in the episode, but JP, Egotastic Fun Time, posted a video today that was so-called the after credit scene. It's not, because I went back. I went to Hulu. This scene is not an after credit scene. This must have been something either the Hulu people, the Orville people gave him, or maybe it's released online somewhere. But it's a short scene after that, he calls it an after credit scene. And it's like a maintenance man or janitor cleaning the bridge, vacuuming the bridge. And he's in an Orville uniform, a union uniform. So he's just vacuuming the bridge. There's nobody on the bridge. It's the middle of the night. He's cleaning the bridge, and then he looks, he like sighs, and he shuts off the lights. He throws a switch, and the lights go off on the bridge, and he walks out. So the lights have gone out. That is the universal symbol for goodbye. The last person off the bridge, turn out the lights. And that's what he did. So I don't know how much more clearer it has to get that Seth MacFarlane just told us, that's it. That's it. They're shut off the lights. I'm pretty sure Orville is done. Okay, I know there's a chance that at Disney, at D23, they might announce Orville's being picked up again by Disney, I guess, this time instead of Hulu. But I don't know. I hope it comes back. Let me be wrong. God, let me be wrong, and let Orville come back again. But I don't know. Why would they put out this scene if they were coming back? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. But tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, check out for Darth Raven. Darth Raven is having his Orville stream. I will be part of it, and there I will be speaking my opinions on this last episode. Obviously, there'll be a lot of spoilers, so don't attend if you haven't seen it yet and you intend to. If you're okay with the spoilers, then certainly would love to see you there. check out for Darth Raven stream tonight. Bradley Briggs says the way the mail works, you could put the right address and postcode, and your stuff still gets sent to a wrong place, miles away. That's true, or just doesn't get delivered. Dan Ben says, I'm not sure what a Star Trek show that shows previous Trek on a holodeck, like the last episode of Enterprise. That's right. We got that, and it was terrible. Captain Fandom Nerd says, Daniel's Hot Topics, your ideas scare me. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, Dan Ben, try having your freight order that was supposed to be sent to Iowa end up in France, because somewhere in France has a similar code. Oh my God. Come on. How can it be sent to France? You need bills of lading and stuff for it to go through customs. That doesn't sound possible. That's like, wow. Somebody really screwed up for it to go outside the country. LDG says YouTube is full of people arguing the same point. Which point? Which point? I've done a lot of arguing, LDG. I need more specifics. Resolute Germ says, yeah, you watched it, Bird, and look what you got. Look what that got you. What did I watch? Discovery season 4. You're right. It made me sick. It might have caused my heart problem. Resolute Germ says it was a good episode for a series finale. I don't know, Resolute. I don't know. I mean, I don't think so. LDG says the Lost finale plus Game of Thrones finale plus WandaVision finale greater than Orville finale. No. Okay. No. Okay. The Orville finale wasn't great, but okay, the Lost finale still remains the worst finale ever. And the Game of Thrones finale still remains the biggest a giant garbage can. The entire last season, the entire final season of Game of Thrones was bullshit. So no. WandaVision, WandaVision isn't important enough to even rank on the meter. WandaVision is nothing. So forget WandaVision. If you're giving WandaVision more credit than it's worth to even put it with Lost or Game of Thrones. WandaVision doesn't deserve to be compared to any of these. John DeMarco, if it is the end, I thought it was a good send-off for the characters. It wasn't a terrible send-off, but if you knew it was probably going to be your last episode, I could have done better. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, hey, Bird, how did you like seeing two 400-pound Mocklins running through the woods in thongs, trying to have butt sex? Yeah, it wasn't. It was Mama Bray says it was tastefully done. It wouldn't have been my first choice, Gorilla. Joe Lau says, yeah, Orville finish. They tidy up almost everything. I still finger for a season 4. Fingers crossed, or at least a movie. Yeah, I could see a movie or something to actually end things. I don't know. Or a movie every couple of years. Captain Phantom Nerd says, Resolute Germ, I would say it was decent for a series finale. For LDG says Enterprise. The Enterprise. Okay. You know what? Orville is certainly better than the Enterprise finale. No, you see, Enterprise is not greater than the Orville finale. No. Yeah. Orville finale was a bad finale, but it wasn't super bad. Dan Ben says sometimes even after credit scenes don't get shown in certain places. Doctor Who did it. There was a show in England which BBC America didn't see. There was a short track, Trouble with Edward, that has a serial advert, and at the end it was not included in every version. It was in the one I saw, but I get you. In England, if I wanted to watch the Orville, I need Disney Plus. John DeMarco says Revan stream. Thank you for putting in the link to Revan stream tonight. Click that link if you'd like to get notification of the stream. Resu Germ says it'll be back in spin-off form. The Orville, The Next Generation, coming in 2024. I wish. Oh yes, he's Potato Revan. Excuse me. He's not Darth Revan. He's Potato Revan. Potato. I don't get it. Joe Lau, I watched the Orville on Disney Plus. I don't have Hulu. Well, that's fine. Whatever you got. Thomas Potts, welcome, Thomas. Says Kuroga has a serious mental health problem. Berto Prey doesn't care for the people suffering on the streets of Kuroga. I saw it myself. There was no suffering on the streets of Kuroga. You must have seen something else. Arabic Sander says, of course, all of our packages now go through Columbus, Ohio, so Mike Richards can say hello to them. They absolutely do. It's a wonderful new system I designed. John says hi to Thomas. Thomas says, I show up, Bird of Prey sounds like Salty hating on Lost. I don't hate, okay. First, I do hate the Lost ending, but I don't know what you're talking about. Thomas says, Salty, O Prey 5. Those are fighting words. Them fighting words, Thomas. Dan Ben says, apparently McFarlane considered making several animated episodes to appease fans during the wait for this season, but plans fell through due to lack of enthusiasm. Oh my God, I completely forgot. YouTube bots donated $1.49 like 20 minutes ago, and then they donated more just now. Guys, we have to check out what the YouTube bots are saying, because the YouTube bots speak in binary. So I've got to go and paste the binaries numbers in, and let's see, what do they say? They say, we want Dear Bop. I figured that's what they were saying. And what are they saying the second time? It's a much longer message. Much longer. It's not, it's maybe 5-10 extra words longer. I got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. God damn it. Okay. Copy. Paste. Convert. You ignored our last message. I am so sorry. YouTube bots with $2.49 donations. Well, I guess if I had ignored it again, I would have kept getting donations until I didn't. Yes, we will be doing Dear Bop very shortly. Very, very shortly. Let me just get to the end of our messages. I don't know, Dan Ben. He certainly should have done animated. You know, he keeps talking about this novella, about how he couldn't film because they wanted to film in Europe, and because of COVID, they couldn't film in Europe. Why didn't he do that one animated? He says it's such a great story. Well, then do it in as animated. Do the fucking whole entire 4th season animated. I don't care. I mean, granted, I would love to do it. I would love to see it in person, because they're really great actors, and it's the special effects are great and everybody's great. But do it in audio, you know, do it animated. I don't care. I would certainly try it. I'd rather have animated Orville than no Orville. And he keeps talking about how great the novella story is, that he wrote it as a novella because he might still make it in a 4th season if he does a 4th season, but so do it animated. Gorilla says hey to Thomas. Joe Lau says, Orville finale is not the best, but not the worst. It is a fan service to tie up most of the loose ends. Thomas Watts says Bird finger for a season 4. Bird finger for a season 4? Question mark. I don't know what you're talking about, Thomas. I did read a comment that had the word finger, which confused me, but I was reading somebody's comment. I think they meant fingers crossed. Dan Ben says there's a scene in Family Guy where Peter sings cowboy gay sex. There's also a version of it. Kissing Dax! Captain Fandom Nerd with a $2 super chat. Skip the messages. Go to Dear Bop. Well, thank you, Captain, and I appreciate that, but I can't skip them. I can't do that. I'll have to do at least a quick check to make sure there's nothing too important. Captain, since when do you want me to go to Dear Bop? You used to leave when I went to Dear Bop. Now you want me to go to Dear Bop? That's interesting. My, how things change. There's only a few things left. Dan says there's a scene in Family Guy, gay sex, also version where he sings cowboy butt sex. For some reason, there were 2 versions. I don't know. Resolute says this is the one where this last one was the epilogue. Episode was more the traditional finale. This one was more the epilogue. Episode was more the traditional finale. It's the last episode, you mean? Arabic Saunders says, haha, Mike Richards, it's worth it. Dan Ben says, what's more confusing, Lost or Twin Peaks? I've never seen Twin Peaks, so I don't know. I can't compare it. But Lost is pretty confusing. The ending of Lost, why the F is my name engraved on a wood table? That's all I saw of it, the ending. John says, I read the novella. It's a great story. I didn't get a chance to read it yet. Crimson Mist says, not a finger. Resolute says, Bird's OCD will not allow him to skip the chat. And that's pretty much true. And Dan says, yeah, when I first started watching your videos, I left during the Dear Bops. Now I stay, I like. Well, that's good. That's good. Because now it's time to go to Dear Bop with 62 Dear Bops. Oh my God. 62 Dear Bops in the chamber. Oh my God. Episode 9 was the finale, says Resolute Germ. Excuse me. Episode 9. Okay. Let's see. Dear Bop, they started today at 7:09 a.m. Dear Bop, are you in Americano? I heard this once in a song. See, me Americano. Yes, me Americano. I'm proud to be an Americano, for at least I know I'm free. And if I had to start again with just at least, how does that song go? An American, where at least I know I'm free. If I had to start again in the morning with just my wife and me, well, I say I'm a proud Americano. Resolute Germ says, Bird will be reading Dear Bop until Twilight Zone. Dear Bop, they finally made a life-size version of Monopoly. Is this something you wish they had done? Is this something you wish they had in America and you could have gone to? Monopoly life-size. And there's a link. Monopoly life-size. A brand new attraction. Cookies. What? Can't you? Oh my God. Consent. Website uses cookies. Yeah, fine. I don't give a shit. Tickets from 49 pounds. No. Okay. I'm not. I'll be honest. No, I wouldn't go. Even if they had it in America, I probably wouldn't go. Yes, I like Monopoly, the board game. I don't think there's any interest in life-size Monopoly. I mean, hell, I've yet to play life-size chess, and there's a lot of life-size chess. Dear Bob, if you swipe along the photos in this post, I was shocked to see how the actor who played Hammer really looked. Let's see. Instagram. Hammer. No. Oh, that's Hammer. Oh, I knew he was blind. I did know that. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be honest. The makeup, it's some good makeup, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I would never recognize him, that's for sure. I would never recognize him. I don't know if that's good or bad. Do you want makeup when you don't recognize the actor? I mean, maybe that's bad. Maybe the good makeup would be somebody you would still recognize them. Captains, is anyone besides me not right, Dear Bob? Dear Bob, Dick Rock TOS. Did it really look like this? I feel like I probably shouldn't click on it. 10 unintentionally funny moments in Star Trek. It did look like that. Yes. That is a real picture screenshot from the original series. Dear Bob, one of the Next Generation episodes I hate is Masks. Yeah, I also do not like the episode Masks. I tend to skip it whenever I can. Dear Bob, here's 2 similar episodes I do not like. TNG Inner Light and Voyager Remember. I love Inner Light. I don't remember. Irony here. I don't remember the episode Remember. I really don't. I'm having a hard time remembering what exactly Remember was about. I assume it's like Inner Light, a probe comes and somebody lives a lifetime, but yeah. Thomas Pott says, I haven't done a Dear Bob in a long time. Well, hopefully you're not missing anything. Dear Bob, is there anything from the Stargate franchise that you did not like? Well, I did not like Stargate Universe. It was the Star Trek Discovery of the Stargate universe. It was dystopian. It was nihilistic. It was it was everything wrong with Star Trek Discovery. Pretty much happened in the Stargate universe. Not as bad, not nearly as bad. Okay, but it was just a whole change. I mean, Stargate was Stargate was always fun. And Stargate Universe was not. There's lots of words that be used to describe Stargate Universe, but fun wouldn't be up there. And that was a shame. Honestly, that was a big shame. I mean, the whole point of Stargate was it was a fun place to be. The SGU, the SGC, the characters. Hey, it was fun. That's where I wanted to be. The fucking, the Destiny. Oh my God. I'd rather, almost would rather be dead. It was, but okay. From the franchises I did like from SG-1 and Stargate Atlantis, I also really didn't like the Wraith. The Wraith, I everybody loves the Wraith. I thought the Wraith were kind of stupid. They were ugly. I just didn't like seeing them on screen. I mean, an enemy that sucks your life force out of you. They were just weird compared to, I don't know. They were never as scary, I guess, as they were made out to be. Yeah, but they still, Stargate Atlantis was an excellent show, just not as excellent as it could have been, in my opinion. Dear Bob, did you hear about the gorilla they had to put down? Yeah, he was lighting shit on fire and throwing it at employees. They were hospitalized for third-degree burns. Ha ha ha. Third-degree burns. I have to remember that for Potato Heaven later. Dear Bob, did you hear about the gorilla? Yes, I heard about the gorilla. Dear Bob, there are too many. Wait, let me make sure that that's the same punchline. Yes, third-degree burns. Dear Bob, there are too many TV shows with the word good in their titles. The Good Doctor, The Good Cop, The Good Place, The Good Fight, Good Girls, Good Behavior, Good Life, The Good Wife. P.S. Do you like any of these shows? No, I don't. I can't say I like any of those shows, but I can also say I don't think I've watched any of those shows. The Good Doctor, never watched. The Good Cop, never heard of. The Good Place, never watched. The Good Fight, never watched. Good Girls, never watched, never heard of. Good Behavior, never heard of. Good Life, never watched. The Good Wife, never watched. Dear Bob, have you seen the episode of Bones where Family Guy Stewie is in it? I don't think I have. I was not a big fan of Bones. I probably saw about half of it. But it wasn't a show I enjoyed. Dear Bob, what do you think of all these connected Chicago TV shows? I haven't seen a one. Maybe I have seen a couple. Mama Pray used to watch some of them.
What?
The connected Chicago TV shows.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Mama Pray used to watch Chicago Fire and Chicago PD or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, Chicago Med. I never watched. I might have watched once while Mama Pray was watching, but nothing I listened to or kept tabs on. Dear Bob, happy birthday to Joe, J-O. And I can't tell what that symbol is because it doesn't come through. But happy birthday, Joe. I don't know who you are. Maybe somebody can add some more info in the chat. If you're a member or somebody who watches, you'd like me to sing you a happy birthday, better put at BirdoPray5 in the chat and I'll read it. Dear Bob, Star Trek mistakes. Did you ever notice in TNG's Yesterday's Enterprise, Geordi's uniform at the end and is the one from the alternative timeline? I did not. Dear Bob, Star Trek Voyager mistake. Number of transporter rooms on Voyager. It's stated many times in the series that the ship has 3 transporter rooms. In Phage, for example, Tuvok needs a security team in transporter room 3. They are located on deck 4 of the ship. In worst case scenario, Voyager is shown as having only 2 transporter rooms. Maybe they took one of the transporter rooms down to add room for something else. Honestly, I don't see why a ship the size of Voyager even needs two transporter rooms. They could get away with one. I mean, let's face it, you don't need transporter rooms anymore. At this point in the history, why even have transporter rooms? Just beam people to the bridge or wherever they need to go. You don't need to beam into a transporter room or down from the bridge. Dan Ben says, I thought your name was Joe. It is, but it's J-O-E. And this was to J-O, which is generally how you spell the woman named Joe, or short for Joanne or Joanna or such. Josephine. Dear Bop, Star Trek Voyager mistakes. Did Voyager ever have an astrometrics lab before Harry Kim and 709 built one? Well, I'm guessing they didn't if they had to build one, but I don't know. I am no expert on Voyager pre-7 Voyager. Dear Bop, Star Trek Voyager mistake. Oh my God. The ship has been stated to have 15 decks. In the episode Live Fast and Proper, Captain Janeway listens to her crew spout out the various problems on the ship. One says there's an issue on deck C. Another crew member states there's a problem on deck 22. Well, you know, I know that they don't do it, but I don't see why they might not have a deck A, B, C, and then start numbers. Like maybe decks A, B, and C are in the nacelles, and decks 1 through 22 are, you know, up and down the main hull. I don't know. I'm just saying it's possible. I could live with that. Dear Bop, dear Bop, dear Bop. Dear Bop, have you done something you regret? The answer will help me deal with a situation. Have I done something I regret? Probably. But as a general rule, you regret mostly things you chose not to do. And that I'd say absolutely. There's lots of things I wish I had done that I regret not doing, far more than there's anything I did that I regret doing. Like I regret having a Chili's chicken nuggets, chicken fingers meal dinner when my triglycerides and everything were high, and the next day I ended up in the hospital. Granted, the pancreatitis had already started at that point, but I'm sure stuffing down a greasy Chili's chicken fingers with such delicious honey mustard and God knows what, French fries, whatever else, it didn't help. But you know, such is life. I more regret the times I didn't, you know, ask a girl out or, you know, didn't take a chance. Oh, there's I regret, most of my regrets had to do with romance, love, things like that. And they were things I chose not to do that I really wish I had. I really wish I had. But the ones I did do, even if they didn't work out, I don't regret them in the least. I don't regret. Well, one thing maybe I do, but honestly, I would do it over again. So I can't regret it that much. I hope that helps you with your whatever, with whatever you needed. Dear Bop, trivia. Which Star Trek film was this line said? Saddle up, lock and load. First contact. First contact. Dear Bop, trivia. Who said this line from a Star Wars film? Around the survivors, a perimeter create. Well, it sounds like Yoda. I would have to say Yoda, but I wouldn't pretend to be a Star Wars expert. Captain Fandom Nerd, trying to get more people. Trying to get more people to make Dear Bops. Resolute Germ says yes. Dear Bop, Bird regrets making Dear Bop public. No, I don't. Mike Richards says Bird does not regret shooting Salty Trekker in the back. Oh, absolutely, I don't. And he was trying to destroy. Just to be clear, he says that he doesn't know that there wasn't a bomb underneath. Well, you know what? So the fuck what? There was. In a worst case scenario, there was a bomb. The only thing he would be out would be the life of a game character that respawns anyway. And then he would have had the moral high ground to always not trust me. But the way it was, there was no bomb. I was true to my word, and he was trying to destroy the Temple of Intergalactic Peace. I perfectly built it in this beautiful meadow or on top of this beautiful butte in the game. It looked perfect. And the one thing you can't fix in Space Engineers is you can't put dirt back. And that's what he was doing. He was drilling beneath it. He would have ruined it completely. And I had to shoot him. I had to do it. He wasn't listening to reason. And his, sometimes if you want to be the good guy, sometimes you lose. That's the risk you take. Well, he wasn't the good guy. He was very much the bad guy. I was the good guy. I deserved the pity. Dear Bob, trivia question. What sci-fi show is abbreviated to BSG? Battlestar Galactica. And there's the original, there's the 2004 reimagining, there was Battlestar Galactica 1980. There's probably others. Dear Bob, in the future, try not to believe a new comic book series is a new TV show. Okay. I did that. In my defense, that was best I could tell. I didn't know. Dear Bob, do you like milkshakes? What flavor do you recommend? I don't know about milkshakes. I do like crusty, non-specified gelatinous milk-based beverages. No, I like chocolate shakes. Chocolate shakes or chocolate frosty from like McDonald's or Wendy's. I like. An actual chocolate like milkshake from an ice cream place like Baskin and Robbins. I'll drink those too, but they are just so rich for my stomach that, oh my God, if I drink one immediately the stomach gets angry. Oh my God, I in college So you guys know. I mean, listen, it's a common thing when people travel for some reason. For some reason, people get constipated, right? I mean, it happens to a lot of people. And so it used to happen to me. I would travel and get constipated. So I knew the chocolate shakes would help make me unconstipated. So after like 3 or 4 days of not, going, I was like, okay, got to do something. But we did it, and we were driving. I picked bad timing. Anyway, we luckily we were made it from Flagstaff, where I had the chocolate shake, to 20 minutes south to Sedona, and I found a public bathroom in Sedona, and I had to use it for the better part of 20 minutes. Now, mind you, I'm there with a woman, a woman. I was in college, so it was a girl. And it's a hard time to explain why, but I didn't have to, luckily. But I was clearly made it worse on myself than it was. And I tell you, I guess I was found lucky that there was such a clean public bathroom in essentially the middle of the woods, and I was just scared as fuck, looking around, looking for scorpions or spiders and shit. I was like, oh, this is gonna be. Was there a spider inside the bowl? Is this? I mean, everything. I was like, oh no, oh no. But I made it through it. I made it through it. So no, I don't even regret having the chocolate shake in Flagstaff. Dear Bop, other than Star Trek, what franchises have all these actors guest starred in? Dwight Schultz, Jolene Bullock, John, I don't know. Renee Auberjonois. I'm sorry. I'm not this is not a trivia section. I have no idea. Dear Bob, answer the previous question was Stargate franchise. Thank you. Dear Bob, Babylon 5 on a bike. Okay. I don't get it, but I'm I mean, I know those are Babylon 5 characters. Dear Bob, no smoking sign in Trek. No smoking sign visible. No smoking at any time on bridge. Yeah, I don't think that was really necessary because I don't think anybody was smoking at that point. Dear Bob, how old is old? I don't know. I refuse to set a number on the ground that it might be used to incriminate me. Dan Ben says, do you like cherry on top? I love cherry on top, Dan Ben. Arabic Saunders with Bird of Prey. Have you ever dipped your fries in a Frontier? It's delicious. I have not dipped fries in any type of ice cream. I've heard people say it's good, but I refuse to try it. Frosty, no, I haven't dipped in a Frosty either. I refuse to try. Resolute says Bird blocked by his beverage choice. No, it was fine. It was fine. Dear Bob, Bed Life. Bed Life. It's a stream by Bird of Prey. Dear Bob, Do you think you pique people's curiosity? Do I think I pique people's curiosity? Like what? Like I'm some type of display piece in a museum? I'm here for people's curiosity? I guess. I don't know. Not something I thought about before. I'm going to think about it now. Captain Fandom Nerd says, do you need advice? Literally any question you have, Dear Bop can help you with. Dear Bop is certified by Kurogan Certification Department. Thank you. Thank you. Dear Bop, advice please. How do you get people to stop poking fun at you? Stop letting them know it upsets you. Just ignore it. Play along with it. Get a good laugh out of it. Make them think it doesn't affect you. Make them think, if anything, you like it. Just, you got to do good. You got to be honest about it. You've got to believe it. You've got to truly believe that it doesn't affect you, because I promise you it doesn't. Okay? I know it's hard thinking people might make fun of you, but the truth is, if they're only making fun of you, it's just something they're doing because of their own failures at life. And it's not going to hurt you as long as you don't let it hurt you. Dear Bob, how do you properly raise and care for a tropical fish? Well, I tell you, I'm probably not the one to ask. I had tropical fish many times in my life, and all of them ended badly. I tell you, you certainly don't listen to what they say at Petland discounts. If the Petland discounts anywhere, or like the Petland discounts in 1980s and 1990s, they just hired idiots off the street, didn't know anything about anything. And there we were taking their advice as gospel. Meanwhile, it would have been better writing into Dear Bop than asking a Petland's discount employee for advice. Dear Bop, do you think people should write diaries as an adult? I tell you, keeping a diary is a good idea for a vast number of reasons. Writing in it means you're setting some time aside to collect your thoughts, to remember what you did. There's benefits to yourself. There's like some meditation going on. There's benefits to just getting some time to yourself to write it. You generally tend to unplug for a few minutes while you do it. You go through the day. You remember things better. You can use it to look up, what were you doing a month ago, a year ago, 2 years ago? If you need to figure out, hey, when did I see that show? Or when did I do this? And well, maybe I put it in if it was important, you would have put it in your diary. And you can just go back and scan. And like there were times I never kept as an adult, I never did a diary. As a college student, and perhaps shortly after college, there were times in my life where I did things similar to a diary. And I go back and I've read them. And okay. Embarrassingly, one of the things I did in college was write letters to a girl I liked, but I never sent them. So I just would save them as Word documents in one big Word document. And then I password protected the Word document. Well, actually, it was always password protected. But then I forgot the password. I've been talking a decade plus went by, and I still had the document, and I hadn't used it for 10 plus years. And I realized I forgot the password. And I had to pay an Indian hacker to crack the document so I could get into it, so I could look at what I had written. I mean, some of the stuff I written seemed pretty effing deep. And some of it was just like, oh my God, you were such a fucking idiot. You just want to smack yourself in the past. I want to smack myself so hard in the past, I would still feel it in the future. But whatever. I mean, there was a few months of this stuff. And it was just like, wow. I mean, you look back and you read it like, wow, these things I forgot about so much. You forget about so much of your day. You forget so much. And some of it is like, holy shit, I can't believe I used to think that way. So yeah, I'm a big proponent of people keeping diaries or logs or whatever you want to call it. That said, I don't. I stopped doing it and I don't do it. So yes, it's a good idea to do it, but I don't do it. The only thing I concern myself about, and you need to concern yourselves about, is, if you keep a diary and God forbid you're breaking the law and you write about it, well, if you delete that diary or you just withhold it and you come under investigation for breaking the law for some reason, well, that diary is evidence. And if you don't turn it in, and God forbid you erase it, now you've broken a whole nother law. Obstruction of justice. And that's a biggie. That's a fucking biggie. And had you never kept the diary, you could say, well, I'm just not going to testify against myself. And that's all fine and dandy. That's protected by the Constitution. You don't have to testify against yourself. But if you have a diary and they come to your house and they issue a search warrant for anything pertaining to the case, and there's a diary and they don't get it, well, now you've obstructed justice. So it's like, shit. So, yeah. I mean, talk to a lawyer, and I'm sure they tell you you're better off just don't ever put anything in a diary that's illegal. Okay? Even if you're doing something illegal, don't put it in the diary. But talk to a lawyer. Dan Ben says, Berta Prey drinks more Coca-Cola. I used to, Dan Ben, I used to drink Coca-Cola by the fucking gallon. I used to go into a restaurant and I would drink so much Coca-Cola, the waitresses would stop bringing the Coca-Cola by the glass and just fucking bring a pitcher. Some would bring 2 or 3 glasses. It was amazing. It was amazing. And the more I drank, the thirstier I became. So much liquid. So much liquid. Dear Bop, again, and again. Dear Bop, that's some good police work you did. I didn't do it. It was Mr. Pertzer? Dear Bop, while not at the time, the Voyager episode 2 Vix has made me think a lot lately. Could this now potentially be seen as an abortion story? Hear me out. No, it's not. It's not an abortion story. There's lots of things that could be abortion stories. That's not it. Think of Tuvix and Neelix basically as the sperm and the egg that made Tuvix. Their DNA were merged to form a brand new life, Tuvix. As he fought for his existence, all that Janeway kept doing was talk about protecting the life of the parents. When two Vicks were separated, the doctor would not perform the procedure, as he said, per the Hippocratic Oath, that he had sworn to do no wrong. As such, he would not terminate Tuvik's life to save the life of the mother and father. As such, Tuvix was aborted, sentenced to death, simply for committing the crime of existing. What do you think? I think you're crazy, LDG. I think this was an LDG Dear Bops. Honestly, I can see what you're saying, but I don't think we need to bring abortion into the Tuvix thing, because an aborted baby never gets a chance to plead for its life. Okay, I just and there's never a case where the father's life is in jeopardy. Mike Richards says a caffeinated bird. John DeMarco says, Dear Bob, lifestyle advice, including warnings about legal ramifications for illegal activities.
Excuse me.
Yes, Mama Pray.
He said there's never a case where the father's life.
Yeah.
What's the matter? You never heard of shotgun weddings?
Shotgun weddings, that's true.
Okay.
Rezo Germs says Tuvix was a monster and needed to be destroyed. Dear Bob, it burns when I pee. Give advice. Yeah, see a doctor. See a doctor for that. And if you have an antibiotic laying around and you're not going to see a doctor, then take a penicillin or, okay, no. I'm not giving medical advice. I'm not giving medical advice. Sorry, you two. That was a joke. It was a joke. See a doctor. But if you don't have a doctor, okay, see a doctor. I'm going to have to speak in code, you see, because YouTube don't want me to say the things I need to say, you see? Man, fuck. Okay, no codes. Just can't say it. Goddamn free speech. Arabic Saunders with vertebrae. Cherry Coke. No. Oh my God. I hate Cherry Coke. I hate Cherry Coke. Dear Bob, is doing Texas Hold'em or poker or gambling any kind not against your religion? Is doing Texas Hold'em or poker or gambling of any kind not against your religion? Okay, well, here's the thing with that. Number one, I really don't have a religion because I don't consider myself a particularly religious person. So now you saying my religion? Are you saying like Catholicism? Because I mean, I don't know what my religion is. I guess if I had to pick one, I don't know, I had to pick, but if I was to pick one, I mean, I would say the closest I am is Catholic, but I'm not really Catholic. I don't practice Catholicism. So is gambling, I can tell you what I do is not gambling because my poker streams is for fun. There's no money involved. If there's no money involved, it's not gambling. So it's certainly not against any religion that I'm aware. I don't know of any religion that prevents playing games for fun. If it was, LDG says that wasn't him. Okay, well, it sounded like you. What about regular Slurpees? I like cherry and grape Slurpees. Cherry and or grape. Not cherry and grape combined. Cherry or grape. I don't like Coke or soda Slurpees. So yeah. As for religions that forbid gambling, well, it's their loss. It's their loss. Dan Benz says, Bird, once heard you saying one of your live videos, your favorite book of the Bible. Yes. My favorite book of the Bible is Ecclesiastes. My favorite proverb is Ecclesiastes 9:10. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. But as to why those are what they are, it is not because I'm a religious person. It is because that was the official Bible verse of my fraternity in college. I'm a brother of Theta Tau, professional engineering fraternity. And that was our Bible verse. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might, because it's had the most to do with engineering, I assume. So yeah, that's why. It's not because I'm a particularly religious person. Mike Richards is the God Emperor Bird of Prey is his own religion. This is true. LDG would have shot Tuvix. Lol. Dan says, I bet this person didn't actually watch your poker stream. I don't know if they did or they didn't. But yeah. Dear Bob, due to the reactions of some, I will not be partaking in future poker games. Sorry to say. Well, if you're going to say it in person. It's anonymous. It's anonymous. So, I mean, honestly, I'm going to ignore this. If you want to step up and say it like a man in chat, this means nothing. This means nothing. You don't give a chance to change your mind. Maybe you're missing something. Whatever. Dear Bob, how much does it cost to get Bob to attend video premieres on YouTube? It doesn't cost anything. If I can attend, I will. If I can attend, I will. Rock Solid Productions is Bird of Prey. It's only gambling if there's a risk I'll lose. Hence, if I play poker, it's not gambling. Har, 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 har. Dear Bob, has anyone ever told you you look like an egg? No, but I wouldn't be surprised since eggs are 60% of my diet. Dear Bob, poo shit. Poo shit? Poo shit. Well, a new high today at the Bird of Prey 5 channel. Dear Bob, you need to hand it to short people. They can't reach anything anyways. I don't know, Mom. I'm afraid it's anonymous.
All kidding aside.
I'm afraid it says, all kidding aside.
I never realized.
Come talk, Mom.
You're on the camera?
No, there's no camera. I'm sorry. Camera's off.
I can talk.
Yeah, you can talk.
Okay. Hi, everyone. But up until the last few years, I didn't realize what handicap being short was, because I always had someone taller than me around to hand me things or get something for me. Now that it's just me and Bird, and unfortunately he can't get up and help, I'm using grabbers to grab things off a shelf. I climb up things, and then Bird has a heart attack saying, be careful. So I've started, putting everything down where I can reach it. Anyway, it's really, even to go into the washing machine, it's a top loader. I can't reach the clothes all the way at the bottom. I have to use tongs to pull them out. I don't know, but I went all through life and it didn't bother me because there was always somebody, oh, could you hand me that? There's nobody anymore. So yeah, it's a pain in the butt to be thought. Other than that, I've got nothing else to say today, but thank you all for letting me be part of the poker games. I do enjoy them. And I appreciate you letting an old lady in on your games.
Aw,
Oh, I do.
I'm sure we'd love to have you.
Yes.
I'm afraid you just fix the hose.
Yes. All right, guys. Have a good night.
Rockstar Productions is Bird of Prey. I probably won't play poker anymore on stream. Not after the recent outburst, sorry. So I'll retire being undefeated. It's not worth upsetting people. What are you talking about, Rock Solid? What recent outburst? John DeMarco says, thanks, Mamo Pray. Arabic says, I love Frasier. Dan Ben, I heard there might be a new season. Dear Bop, how would you handle this? I got a phone call from a telemarketer the other night, and he tried to sell me a coffin. I wasn't initially interested, but then he told me people are dying to get into their latest model. I asked my spouse what I should do. They told me a casket is the last thing I need in my life. I get it. I get it. I get it. Joe Lau says, we love to see you, Mamo Pray. Hail Karoga, Carlo Albanese says, hi. Hope everyone's as well as can be. Qapla, Carlo. Dear Bop, hail on, Karoga. Dear Bop, you don't get many people watching your live videos. How did you get monetized so you can get super chats given to you? Well, it was this little show called Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. Back, I don't know, 5 years ago now. That 2017, I had been streaming since November, and Game of Thrones was in its final season. And the second, okay, so I knew Doomcock was getting giant audiences right before the episode premiered on HBO, and Gary or Roddick was getting giant audiences right after the episode was over, but no one was streaming during the episode. No one on YouTube was streaming during the episode. So I streamed the episode live, not the episode itself, but my reaction to the episode live as I was watching it. And I pulled in the first time 800 people. The second time, which was the series finale, 2,200 people were in my chat. 2,200 people, and Deej and all the guys who had wrenches, everybody was there helping to keep things peaceful. And everybody was coming in asking, well, where can they watch it? And I was like, well, I had a really, really bad video feed up that I purposely degraded without the audio, so people could watch something, but it really wasn't meant for them to watch. It was meant for me to talk about what was going on. So that's where I started doing like the play-by-play of what was going on. And I tell you, for people who didn't have HBO but still wanted to watch Game of Thrones live, it was the next best thing. Anyway, the following week was the same thing I did for Big Bang Theory season finale. I had like another 1,100 people. It was crazy. So over a few weeks, I went from 350 subscribers to 1,000. Once I hit the 1,000, I got my monetized. I got monetized. And then a lot slower, I grew from the 1,000 to the 2,000 to the 2,600 or whatever I've got now. And I've been kind of stuck here for a while. And I know it's because I haven't been putting out videos. But for me, when I put out 2 videos a week, the channel generally grows. If I can keep 1 video a week, it's generally enough. And I mean uploaded video, like a video that's 10 minutes to an hour long uploaded. I can generally keep the channel with 1 video a week, grow it with 2 videos a week. If I don't put up one, I generally lose a few subscribers. So it's been very hard since I've been sick to keep it growing, but I'm just happy if I don't lose subscribers at this point. It would be tough. It's a lot harder now. YouTube has continuously made it harder and harder to monetize. So I'll be honest, if I was starting today, I don't know that I would ever get to 1,000 subscribers. I would like to think I would, but I know it would take longer. And I don't know that I'd have the patience for it at this point. On the other hand, when I started YouTube, it wasn't to make money. It wasn't to get funded. It wasn't to get monetized. I started it just for the fun of it. I had nothing else to do. And frankly, I heard people talking and I knew I could do better than some of the people that were doing it already. And even if I couldn't do better, I still knew I had to say what I wanted to say. And I didn't want to have to say it on someone else's stream. I wanted to say it on my own stream. So I don't have to apologize to somebody. If I say something and the channel gets taken down or they get kicked off YouTube or kicked out of the partner program, then it's my own fault. And I don't have to feel bad, because, oh my God, I got anti-tracker kicked out or something, let it be my own fault on my own channel. Daniel says, Vertebrae, why do they scare you? Michael Burnham and crew are going, no, they're not going to explore history. Maybe they will. Okay, I don't know. Is that what season 5 is going to be? I honestly haven't heard anything about it. So if that's what they're going to do, Daniel, I kind of look forward to it, because wait, a new way for them to screw up Star Trek. It's much easier for me to make a review where I passionately hate the episode than episodes that are just sucky, but I don't hate them. John DeMarco says, those Game of Thrones streams were crazy. The chat was flying. Yeah. Carlos says, so you cheated. No, I didn't cheat. I was the first one to think of it. I was the first one. Hey, I saw a hole in the market and I filled the hole. Resolute says, surprised YouTube wasn't bumped it to 10K yet. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised too. Or 2,000 or 5,000. I hit the algorithm. That was it. I hit the algorithm. Such is life. Dear Bob, is Sister O'Prey there? Can we get her to throw a donut at you again? Not Deej, I'm not the father. Odyssey. No, Sis O'Prey's not here tonight. She may be coming tomorrow. Definitely coming next weekend. Well, definitely is like, she's planning on coming next weekend. Dear Bob, what'd you say?
May come tomorrow.
She may come tomorrow. Otherwise, she plans on coming next weekend. Dear Bob, I'm looking for a larger monitor. Do you have any recommendations? Just know what features you want. Like I bought a monitor last year, and I completely didn't think of things like HDR or gaming stuff. Anyway, long story short, I was happy with the monitor, but then when I saw it compared to my television, which is a 4K HDR, I was like, wow, the coloring on like Call of Duty and stuff, the coloring is way, way muted because the monitor didn't have HDR. The monitor didn't have, wasn't purposely built for gaming. And I really wanted it to use while I was gaming. So I should have, for $20 more, I could have got the version that was exactly what I wanted. I ended up getting it anyway, and I have this extra monitor now. But it was only, this wasn't super expensive. It was like 120 versus $140 at Amazon. So make sure you know what you want. Make sure, if you have an HDR capable video card, you want an HDR capable monitor. I mean, I assume you do. So make sure it has that stuff. I would go to Amazon and just put in, what size you need and look at what their options are. That's how I did it. Mike Richards says bird hate reviews are great. Bird hate is like gold, says Resolute. Dan Ben says Michael Burnham actress said there was no end game to Star Trek Discovery. It's going to keep going. She doesn't see it. And you know what? Actors don't know. They don't tell actors. They don't tell actors when the end is coming until it's time to release them from their contract, or their contract doesn't get renewed. So I'm sorry. Michael Burnham is a fictional character. The Sonequa Green, or whatever she is, her name is a person. She is not Michael Burnham as much as they want her to think she is. The real Sonequa Green, or whatever, it is not held up to as high an esteem as Michael Burnham is. They don't give a shit what Sonequa wants. Dear Bob, you can say the Santa Fe Hotel is worse, but the hotel my company set up tops that. What would be your first thought when you see a hotel next to a major interstate and across from the biggest attraction to the city, and it's only $39 a night? I guess it would be a lot like when I saw Burger King offering 10 nuggets for $1. It's not a sale, it's a warning. My experience was, one, the door wasn't locked when I pulled up to it, and another guy's wouldn't even shut. My experience was, one, the door wasn't locked when I pulled up to it, and another guy's wouldn't even shut, and another had blood on his floor. Second, When we walked in, the rooms smelt like an operating room after done cleaning, but the furniture looked like it was pulled out of a ditch. We gathered in the parking lot to call HR, and there was a guy circling the parking lot in a lifted Cadillac with spinners, wearing a cheetah cowboy hat. And I watched one girl go from room to room to room. So I got to see what a hooker looked like. I even joked with the supervisor that they set us up in a hooker hotel and weren't even nice enough to pay for one. Gotta say, I wasn't a happy gorilla. I'm sorry to hear that, gorilla. Although it sounds like you had a fun time to speak of it, at least. Mama Frey,
Yes.
could you put one of those things in the refrigerator? Dear Bob, and I'm proud to say, and I'm proud to be, Dear Bob, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Yeah, if I need the line, if I had to start again, oh, that's right. And if I had to start again with just my children and my wife, I'd, whatever. I don't remember. That's the line I can't. Dear Bob, do you know why you can't trust stairs? They're always up to something. Har, har, har. Unless they're down to something. Dear Bob, war. What's it good for? Lots of things. The economy. Oh, I mean, absolutely nothing. Dear Bob, I have several beautiful young foreign women looking for American husband. Only problem is I can't get them into the country. Can the great and powerful Korogan Emperor help in this endeavor? I'd have to see their photos first. I'm sorry. It's just the way things are. Some foreign women are different than others. Dear Bob, hey Bird had a relationship question. I was dating a girl. Well, you should know if you are dating her or if you were dating her. She's fun and enjoyable to be around, and the only reason I'm leaning towards not dating her is due to an issue I was made aware of a few days ago. Let me explain. We were getting to know each other in a more personal level. She has a banging body, so it took me by surprise, almost a state of disbelief. Not that she was born with the DNA of a female. It was the hair. There was so much of it down there. I could make a French braid of it. So to my surprise, she's a hippie that believes in the natural look. So what would Bird do? Great girl, fun to be around, but a hairy hippie. Do you stay or go? She's not willing to shave. Listen, I'm not so worried about it down there. What about under her arms? Okay. That would be the decision breaker for me. That would be the decision breaker. If you're saying she's a hippie, but you didn't realize till you were down there, I have to question how much of a hippie. Because if her armpits are shaved, I'd say that's not that much of a hippie. That's only 50% hippie, which is fine. In fact, I'd say it's probably preferable. I'd say that's good. You should probably marry her. If she wasn't going to be shaving her underarms, and she's literally hippie natural, like she doesn't use soap, like her soap comes from Tom's of Maine or something, whatever the fuck it's called. That's something you want to skip because that's not soap. I hate to tell them that. That's not soap. Nobody who ever uses Tom's of Maine product ever smells right. I mean, it's a step above the Euro thing, don't get me wrong, of not bathing. Sorry, European, but maybe you guys bathe today. But in the 90s, you people didn't bathe. I can attest. I can attest. So, yeah. However, I mean, listen, if you really like her, then, love might be enough. But that's my thoughts. 2 more Dear Bops, and then we'll go. Dear Bop, how many blue spots does Dax have? I never counted. That's the same question. How many blue spots does Dax have? I never counted. Anyway, it's late. It's 6:05, 2-hour plus stream. Okay, these were normal back in the day, but I haven't done one like this in a while. Oh, you know what? One more thing. One more thing I didn't do. We got to do our Wordle. We got to do our Wordle. Carlo Albanese says Italian women with hairy arms for the win. Women, yes. Italian women do seem to have a little extra hair. But again, it doesn't bother me unless it's that one place. And it's not that place, it's the arms, the underarms specifically. Okay, Wordle, let's Lewis, that's my good start word. You. Shit. Okay, so it's got a U. F-U-M-E, fumed. Fumed. We got the U in the right spot. Wow. LDG says good luck. And he says bingo. I didn't get it. LDG didn't get it. Today's live has been fun. Thank you. Almost got it. Fumed. I tell ya. A, let's do A. B, U, N. Bunny? Bunny. Yes. Oh, sweet. We got 3 letters all in the right spot. B-U-N-N-Y, B-U-N-Y. B-U, let's see. B-U, bummy? No, that's not a word. Berry? Ah, fuck. Nope. Butty? Oh my God, where's the... Busty. No, there's no T. There's no T. Buffy? Buffy. It could be. I mean, it could be. No, it's not. Son of a bitch. Buggy. Buggy. Oh, man. I didn't get it. You guys, I can't believe you guys lost Wordle. You lost Wordle. I know I didn't lose Wordle. You guys lost Wordle. Bingo, bingo is his name. Mama Pray got it in 2. Ah, now I know. Now I know. Mama Pray asked me. Mama Pray asked me. No?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Mama Pray asked me this morning, and I knew it was when she was doing Wordle. I didn't ask her, but I knew it was when she was doing Wordle. She asked me, was there a Star Trek episode named Nemesis? I said there was a movie with Nemesis.
That's all you say.
That's all I said, was a movie with Nemesis that was named Nemesis. And now I get it, because that was Yosef's clue probably had to do with the Argo, the buggy. That's why. Okay. Yes.
I
Mama
take it as a Star Trek.
Mama Pray didn't take it as a Star Trek thing. It's okay.
As something else, and he had driving in there.
Driving.
And I thought it was a driving force.
No, not a
And-
driving
Well,
force.
I prefer. Yeah, I wasn't thinking of Nemesis. I was thinking of Nemesis as an enemy, not
Ah,
the-
gotcha.
Then once I realized, well,